Leilani! Get down here! Hey! God damn it. You sneaky little bugger. Leilani. Leilani. I know what to do. Yeah. Have it. Eat it. Eat it. You're welcome. You're welcome. Alright, cool. So you're in there. And we're gonna do this. And that. Alright, and then we're gonna do this. And that. Alright, cool. Woo-wee! Alright, cool. So take this. Sure. All right. Oh. Okay. He's. Oh, you're fast. Damn, you hit them both? Wow. You're good. You're good.
Winter is just around the corner as you get a look at Bills Stadium, just south of Buffalo, New York. The folks in Buffalo love their Bills, and a moment ago they entered to the delight of this sold-out crowd. They're set for football as their Bills will do battle with the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
3/4 of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here's Allen on 1st and 10. And the Steeler pressured too much here. He's going down. Bud Dupree charging hard from that linebacker spot, and he drops him for a loss of 11. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Now the first carry for Devin Singletary. And maybe Shane's in the steel curtain here as the Steeler defense drops him behind the line again. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long. I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. Now Allen. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the all-pro safety, Minka Fitzpatrick. And the return will stop right around the 25. So far this season, this defense has had their issues against the pass, so that's a great sign for them to get the early pick.
Yeah, confidence builder for them and an absolute shock for the quarterback because he went into it. He saw the numbers we saw. He watched them on tape. I think he came into this one thinking this is going to be a big day. And it very well could be, but early in this one, advantage defense.
And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it, and it took the ball off course.
It's now 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And yeah, I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. He'll have a first down inside the 10. And finally wrestled down at the 8-yard line. That one good for 17 yards. And now they've got it 1st and goal. 1st and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. Geis, they'll try to run it. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. A great effort there. His 11th touchdown of the year. And the Steelers have taken a first-quarter lead. Chris Boswell now for the extra point. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Jonathan Jones. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. Week after week, we're seeing plays like this from him. And I think he's in line. We've discussed it before for NFL Defensive Player of the Year.
And a big reason why, I think, is because of his ball skills. And that's something that, for guys of his position, they've talked about it for years. They've done the drills. But they've really increased it in recent seasons because of the offense have gotten so good. He knows how to take the ball away. That is huge for a defender.
Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on first down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it off, or you throw it away. Throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one else running a pattern that should be open.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Escaping the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a 4th down situation.
Well, on for the field goal. A 42-yard attempt.
Boswell's kick is good. And that will make our score 9-0. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get things settled down a little bit.
On first down, they'll start out with Singletary. And not a lot of daylight, not really any daylight inside, as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up second down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Allen. Now they go screen. It's complete.
He wasn't even down.
To hold that to 4 yards, and now it's 3rd down.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
The Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
This offense has definitely been slow getting out of the gate. It's almost like they missed their wake-up call for this one. No points on their first 2 possessions, and now it's looking like none on this one either.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. This will be fielded at the 17. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one just goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met. Well, so much for getting separation. No chance there. Locked down tight, forcing the incompletion on that attempt.
Incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here. 3rd and 10. Shotgun handoff now to Geis.
Nice play.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there and a 1st down. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage.
The ball popped in the air and intercepted. He's picked off at his own 46. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. How about the big boys snagging one? You don't see that.
Let's go, big puppy.
A lot of them are just reliving their old dreams, going back to when they were in youth football and in high school. They didn't always play defensive line. Some of them actually handled the football, and you can see the flashback when he grabbed that one.
They'll run on first down with Singletary. And he's going to be met at about the 4.
Seriously. No, you're gonna dig this.
Three. 26, Devin Singletary, the ball carrier. T.J. Watt there on the tackle. A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8. At the Steelers' 43.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Really? Whatever. That's cool.
So that'll back him up 5.
I sat down with my accountant. He said, I got good news and I got bad news. I said, what's the good news? He said, the good news is you made a lot. I said, what's the bad news? The bad news is...
Come on, let's go. Bring it, guys. Mike 51. Mike 51. Watch the slap. Watch the slap. It's a half 85.
Allen looks to throw on 2nd down. That's caught by his tight end, Dawson Knox. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Big yardage after the catch. That one winds up going for 36.
Oftentimes now, offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just tell receivers, find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air. Nice chunk of yardage there. And then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. To the air, Allen. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. That catch good for only a couple.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8. At the Steelers' 9-yard line.
After one, it's 9-0.
With the score, Steelers 9, Bills nothing.
Ball at the 9 on 2nd and 8. So the shotgun snap to Allen. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down. They'll get a couple yards on that one. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down.
Strip that ball. Slam, slam, slam. Hey, watch hands. 56, 56.
Allen going to give this one to Singletary. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Devin Singletary with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Bills have cut it to within a score. Extra point attempt here still to come. And they're back within a couple at 9-7 now.
Makes the score. Steelers 9,
Hey,
Bills 7.
hey. Let's go, Buffalo. Let's go, Buffalo.
Off is
Ooh,
away.
what do they do? Chow!
That's fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards.
Their own 21-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
Got out of the pocket, didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it, live to fight another down.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
Well, they came up with points in their first 2 possessions, but it looks like they'll come up empty here on their 3rd drive. The defense finally starting to get locked into them a little bit. Might have to go a little bit deeper into their playbook on their next possession.
Go.
He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. And they can't bring him down.
Woo. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's go.
On the return. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. And I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. They want to be methodical, or they want to take the big strike and go after it right now.
The pass to Brown as he hauls it in. Yeah, this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1 at the 44-yard line.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Allen. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Mike Hilton. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown.
How, dude?
It goes
How?
without saying, but
How did that just happen?
That's a ball he would like to have back.
Get the fuck out of here!
From there, he doesn't have
God!
to go before he gets to to the end zone.
Dude was fucking wide open. How did that even happen? Like, how? How?
Makes this a 9-point game. So pick six, they'll get another shot at it now.
Gotta
as
be
this one's in the
kidding.
air. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Allen fakes the give and keeps himself. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
He's coming. Double up, double up. He's coming, double up. 51 to Monday.
On 2nd and 12, Allen. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick. And it's 3rd down.
Makes it 3rd
From
down.
the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So it took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
And he took the contact as he was throwing it, and the ball drops incomplete.
That pick, dude. I was
How about some
going,
applause
bro.
for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down.
I still don't know how he fucking... How do you
This
pick
is
that
away.
off of
It's a high
Singletary?
kick,
Come
and
on,
he
man.
got all of it. And no return here. This one's going inside the 15 to the 12-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 12-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
They show run with 3 tight ends here on 1st down. A quick pass out to Juju. 7 yards, the pickup there.
Complete to Juju Smith-Schuster. It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 33-yard line.
Three yards remain for 2nd down. Roethlisberger will throw.
He's open.
Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. The 20, 10, and into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
19.
Juju Smith-Schuster, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers find a way to stretch their lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
2nd and 12 at the 32-yard line.
On 2nd and 12, Allen. Flushed out right. He's going to take off with it. Allen hit. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line. And in this very cold night air, how much harder, Charles, is it to hang on to that football?
It's a lot harder, and I know for the most part we think about a ball being slick when there's rain or snow, any type of moisture. But when it's cold and dry like this,
it is cold.
And it is cold, it's also slick that way because you're not able to really grip it the same way. Your hands are cold, and then the hits seem harder. So, yeah, it's a lot more difficult to hold on to the football, which means you have to emphasize it that much more.
Wind chills right now, 12 degrees.
That's cool. Thank you.
Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando.
Oh,
the
she's
coach will have
stats
stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL.
Yeah.
Geis with a carry on 2nd down. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
Not too many more ideal situations in 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a first down. They ran it and picked it up.
Etna, I'm fucking stoked. So stoked.
They go jet sweep. Washington with it. And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
Geis. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to...
Get the hell out of here.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Play action. Now Roethlisberger. And that one drops
Micah,
as he got popped as he was throwing it. Micah Hyde able to get a hand in and knock that one away.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
Yeah, for the successful field goal try, here's Boswell to send it away. And he returns this to the 22.
The Bills take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive with a little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punch in the end zone without turning it over.
1st and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. Now the Bills will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime.
35-yard line.
Here we go, D. All day. Defense all day. All day.
A play fake to Singletary, and now it's Allen. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Mike Hilton. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
2nd and 2 at the 28-yard
line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple. Now Roethlisberger. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one good for 14 yards. And it's going to yield a new set of downs. Time in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, so time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the third quarter. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire half.
A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Poyer. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. Not the way you envision things to start out the third quarter. One play and already a turnover.
It's interesting. You and I were talking with the coach, and he talked about how at halftime, as a play caller, he wanted to make sure he got a new script going for the second half, not just the one that he operated off of to start the game. Nowhere on that script did it have that result.
So after the INT, it's Allen. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 45. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 30-yard line.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Roethlisberger to throw. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
Good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8. Here's Roethlisberger. Open man right side is Smith-Schuster, complete. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And Boswell's kick is good. And that will extend their lead now up to 22. So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
25-yard line.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily that you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go. And now here is another interception. Picked up by Jonathan Jones. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. Now we're going to get a stoppage, and oh boy, that looks to be Geis, who is down on the turf. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. To throw here, Roethlisberger. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
Complete to Eric.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
An extra defensive back here for the Bills on 3rd down. Now Roethlisberger to throw. Eluding the pressure right. He may try and run for this. The ball comes out.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time. Wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for 1st and goal. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. Now it's Roethlisberger. The quick slant caught. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. The catch good for 6 yards, but now it's 3rd and goal.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Now Roethlisberger. Able to hold him to just 2 yards, and now it's 4th and goal.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. And I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. So they'll turn to the kicker again. He's been a busy man thus far. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. Boswell's kick is good. And that'll extend this lead now up to 25. So make him 4 out of 4 now in the field goal department, and he's able to extend their lead.
When drives have bogged down, he's been automatic out there. So nice to have a kicker you can count on to put points on the board.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
After the successful field goal try, here's Boswell to send it away. From just inside the 20, a short kick. A lane opens here. He's past the 30.
First and 10 at their own 34-yard line.
If you know, you know. That's the reason we ball for. Circle round twice for the encore. If you know, you know.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. That'll go as a loss of 5. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Well, that second down completion, something of a disaster, and now they're left with 3rd and long. This is a draw play. Allen gives to Singletary. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll bring up a 4th down.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
The Bills send the punter out as he'll come on to kick this one away. Said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And the Steelers are going to take over 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Here's Roethlisberger. Trying to lay one up deep. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Trying to run for it with Snell. And he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the 1st. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down.
Now that was a big-time play by the defense. They as well knew where the 1st down line was, and they didn't let them get anywhere near it.
Here's Jordan Berry now, standing right on his own 5-yard line. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. McKenzie now to return it. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. It's a 44-yard punt, just 3 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point.
Let's go, tackle. Let's go. We got this. We got this. Check safety. Check safety.
On second down, here's a run with Singletary. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8.
What I enjoyed most about watching Devin Singletary as a rookie, and he had a nice campaign, 775 yards on the ground and a rushing average in the top 5 in the league last year, is that what I saw in college transferred to the NFL. Continued to make the first tackler miss, whether he's in the hole or on the perimeter. I expect him to get to 1,000 yards rushing this season.
On first down, they stick with Singletary. Cameron Hayward in on the tackle. And the trend continues here in the fourth like it was in the first, second, and third. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. A good job defensively to hold that to 4 yards, and now it's third down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Mike 51. Mike 51.
They'll run a draw now with Singletary. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41.
That's good.
They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
You ain't doing nothing today. Mike 51. Mike 51.
Throwing on first down is Allen. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the screen there at second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. They'll run out of the gun with Singletary. And maybe shades in the steel curtain here as the Steeler defense drops him behind the line again. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
2-yard loss brings up 3rd down and 12.
The Bills on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. From the gun, it's Allen. Allen hit. He lost the football. Offensively lucky they're able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Five wide. 51 to Mike, boys. 51. Here I come.
Now Allen, got to have this one. Going deep for Diggs. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. The Bills' drive stalls out on 4th down. And the Steelers, they're going to take over an excellent field position. And it looks like this will be the last play before the 2-minute warning.
Tight down. There you go.
They'll go with Snell here on first down. Jerry Hughes on the stop. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 38-yard line.
So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They're going to run again with Snell. That's going to be a 6-yard gain. It leaves them with 3rd down and just a yard to go.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Here's Snell yet again. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line.
Carrier.
Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
A gain of 4 yards. First down, Pittsburgh.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Take 2 of them. He's checking crab. Let's go.
Gets it to Smith-Schuster on the jet sweep. A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8.
Well, they gave up a few yards there, but all in all, I think it's a pretty nice job defensively against the jet sweep. If they don't slow him up, he might take it to the house, so they'll take that play every time on the defensive side of the ball.
Roethlisberger going to throw it. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Roethlisberger. That's complete right around the 8. And he'll be out of bounds. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal.
Ruled out of bounds just shy of the goal line.
Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. And they'll indeed take a knee.
Tonight's
So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for the Steelers, the win pushes their record now to 11-2 on the year. And they'll have another road date next week with the Cincinnati Bengals. Meanwhile, for Buffalo, any slim hopes they had at a playoff berth gone now as they drop to 4-9. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel to Denver to take on the Broncos. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.